everyone, it's Pat from Pat Dev Music, and today we're talking about 5 different ways you can practice guitar and practice music without a guitar. You don't need the instrument. Maybe you're at work, maybe you're at a different house for the weekend, maybe you're on vacation. You still want to practice, you still want to get better at the guitar, but you don't have an instrument. Maybe you don't even have a guitar just yet, but you're wanting to learn more about the instrument and how to play it. This video is definitely for you. The top 5 different ways you can practice the guitar without a guitar. Number 1, so you want to get better at the instrument or you want to train your ears but you don't have a guitar around. Number 1 is nice and easy. You can do it anywhere. You can do it in your car, at work, you can do it walking, anywhere at all. Listen to music. That's all you have to do. Now what you're trying to do is not just listen to music, but really focus on the chord changes. Now what I would suggest is if you're just starting out with learning an instrument, pick maybe some more acoustic sort of driven songs and really just try and listen from when the chords change. So I'll show you, so you'll be able to see the guitar, then I'll take the guitar away, try and hear. Can you hear the changes? Now you could see the changes, but let's take away the vision. Can you hear when the changes are? Let's do some different chords. Could you hear the changes then? So definitely listen to music, try and hear the changes. That's what I would say. Now, the next step up, so still part of this part 1, is if you were learning any cover songs. Let's say you were learning something by Coldplay. What I would do is actually play the song and have the bit of music with you, have the chord progression, and try and hear and listen for when it goes from an F to an A minor. Try and just listen along with the music and go, oh yep, that's where it changes. A minor there, C major there. Try and have the music with you so you can just get the tab off the internet or buy the sheet music and just try and listen along and hear the changes. Just doing something like that, it seems so small, but it can really help boost your musical ear. That is number 1. Number 2. Number 2 you're actually doing right now. You're watching a guitar instructional video. So what I would do is I would find some awesome teachers on YouTube, like these guys that are sort of listed here. Check out any of their videos and just, if you don't have a guitar, you can still watch and you can still learn. Maybe it's a new technique, maybe it's like a speed building technique, maybe it's just a little bit of talk about theory and changing chords, maybe it's how to play a particular song. But if you don't have your guitar around and you think, it's been so long since I've played, I still want to learn, I still want to get a little bit better, I want to get up to that next level, watch a guitar instructional video if you do not have a guitar. Now if you do have a guitar, still watch that video, but try and play along as well. Or take those ideas, take what you've learned from the video and put it into your next practice session. That's number 2. Now number 3 is all about trying to visualize the guitar neck, trying to work out what notes are where. Now, it sounds a lot harder than what it is. When you look down at the guitar, you've got so many frets, you've got so many strings. It can be really daunting when you're first sort of starting out. So all I would do is try to focus on one string. Now here are the notes that are on the guitar. It's only these notes. You've got A sharp, B, C, C sharp, D, D sharp, E, F, F sharp, G, G sharp, and then it repeats itself again. So you can go from one A all the way to another A. Just those same notes repeated, 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 repeated again. Now what I would have you think about is, okay, the E, the 6th string, the thickest string. If you play it open, that's an E note. Alright, well look at the list of notes down below. What comes after E if you're going up? F. What comes after F? F sharp. What comes after F sharp? G. G sharp. A sharp, B, C. So what I would do is try and think about a string and think about where the notes might be. Or write it down, just go 10th fret on the E string. What would that be? Okay, it would be E, then you've got F, and then G, and then A, and then B, and then, it's a D. So try and do things like that, just to, when you do actually pick up the guitar, you can work out, it's a G chord because that's a G note there. It's an A chord because that's an A note there. That sort of thing. Just try and visualize the guitar neck that way. Now, number 4 is harder than the other ones, and it requires you to have a piece of paper, or maybe you've got like a Word document open on your computer. Now, just like we had all of the notes, just like before, okay, so these are all the notes on guitar. Now, if you think of the notes as sharps or flats, or the black keys on the piano, for example, they're both sharps or flats. Just depends if you're going up or if you're going down. So if you're going up, descending, it's sharp. If you're going down, it's a flat. Now, once you've got that knowledge, we're going to be creating some chords. Now, it seems like not fun. It seems like the most boring thing in the world, but it will help your guitar playing so much because you'll actually understand what you're playing. Rather than try to memorize a million different finger patterns, you'll actually be able to look down and go, oh yeah, it's a D chord because I'm playing those particular notes. That sort of a thing. So all that I want you to do is pick any of those notes that you see there and then just build a major scale from that chord. Now you might think, whoa, what does that even mean? Let's just pick a note, for example. Let's pick C. So you would write down C, okay? Then you would follow this order of tones and semitones. Now a tone means 2 frets and a semitone means 1 fret, single fret. So all you would do is write down and follow those particular notes and go, all right, we're starting on a C. Now I need to move up a tone. Okay, well if I had my guitar, I'd move up 2 frets and I would go C to D. Now if you don't have your guitar, just look at that series of notes and just move up 2 note names. So we've gone from C to D. Now we need to go up another tone. So just another 2 note names. So you've got D sharp and then you've got E. Once you're up to E, you move up a semitone, so that's just F. Once you're on F, you move up a tone, so you go to G. Once you're on G, you move up another tone, so you go to A. Once you're on A, you move up another tone, so you're on B. And once you're on B, you move up a semitone, and you are on C. So what we have done is we have made a C major scale. Now you might be thinking, okay, well, what do I do with that scale? Okay, write numbers underneath. So you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Remove everything except for 1, 3, and 5. So you've got C, E, and G. Those are the notes in a C major chord. So now when you're thinking, okay, what am I actually playing here? You're playing C, E, and G. And then another C, and then another E. And an E on the top as well if you want to include that. So they're the notes in the C major chord. Now if you're thinking, well, how can I use that? So when I was at uni, all the time when I was learning chords, I would just write down chords all the time, just so they would get ingrained in my head that I'm not actually playing this shape for an A major chord, I'm playing A, C sharp, and E. So what I would do is make major scales from every sort of white key on the piano, or A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Make those major scales, then put numbers underneath, then take them away, so you've got 1, 3, 5. Just so you can start memorizing what notes are in chords, and that'll really help when you do pick up your guitar to play. Alright, so thinking about what we've learned so far, so you've got visualizing the neck, you've got trying to work out in your mind what different notes are on what different frets, just do 1 string at a time. You've got that. You've also watching guitar instructional videos, learning things without your guitar. You've also got listening to music and trying to hear the changes. You've also got writing down different chords. You've also got creating major scales and creating chords from those major scales so that when you play chords you can remember, okay, I know what frets, I know what theory is under my fingertips. And the last one in this list is completely different, is play another instrument. Now you might be thinking, whoa, click away from this video, close this video. Pat, I don't have another instrument. Well, I'm going to show you a free app that you can download. So what you can download if you're on iOS, and I'm sure there's an Android equivalent, is an app called Mini Piano. And it is exactly that, is a mini piano. Now, what I would suggest you doing is if you're not around a guitar, or you're in an office, or you're away, you know, you can still learn some music. Now, I know it might look a little bit tricky, but all you need to do is just think that where there are no black keys, it is either a B and C or an E and F. So you've got B and C, and at the end you've got E and F. So if you just come back to that C, the next to it is going to be D, next to that's going to be E, and so on and so on. So all that I would have you do is just muck around, have a little bit of fun playing the piano, or maybe like what you were doing before, try and find an acoustic cover song, like something with just the chords like D, G, and A, and that sort of thing, and just try and tap your finger and play the bass note. And that is practicing your musical ear, you're learning piano as well, and you're still practicing music. That's what it's all about. So you don't need a full-on piano or another instrument to learn. You can just download an app on your phone or your iPad or your laptop. It really is that easy. And that is it. Thank you so much for making it to the end of the video. If you want to learn more about theory, check out this Modern Musician playlist. All the videos are sort of in order. You just watch one after the other. It's all for free. Otherwise, if you want to learn songwriting and playing riffs and that sort of stuff, head over to this playlist. But I will see you again for another video in a couple of days.